All right, what's happening, everybody? Welcome to G.W.R. Gonzo'S Wrestling Room. I'm Chris Gonzo'S, joined by Tony Gonzalez. How's it going?
Going good.
We got special guest pro wrestler Austin Kasey. How you doing tonight, brother?
Doing good. How are y'all doing?
Doing good.
Doing
Pretty good.
Doing real good. Thanks for joining us. Also, we already have Marcus Fine in here with us watching. Good evening, Marcus.
Marcus, a good
How's it
friend,
going, Marcus?
also an associate of Gonzo's Sports Room, Gonzo's Wrestling Room, especially. So,
Yeah, he's part of the GWR and GSR family.
oh, well, yeah, 100%. Go ahead and get this started, Austin. How long have you been a pro wrestler?
I've been wrestling for about 6 years now.
6
I
years.
started back in 2016.
How old was you when you started?
I was 18.
18. Okay. What got you into pro wrestling?
I just went to it ever since I was a little kid. There was a couple of promotions that would come up to the Civic Center there in Charlestown, and started going to it, and just decided that's what I wanted to do. So
Okay, you mentioned
stuck with it ever
Charlestown.
since.
Charlestown. Where was that at? Where'd you grow up at?
I grew up in Charlestown,
Charlestown,
Is that
Indiana.
Indiana. Okay.
Is that
Yeah, Indiana.
Southern
Sorry.
Indiana?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Yep.
I've heard a lot of Charlestown.
Well,
That's why I just wanted to.
yeah, Charlestown,
We used to go
Indiana.
to that Jeffersonville wrestling went to Southside. My coach,
Yep.
Charlestown High School used to be at that wrestling event,
Okay.
high school wrestling.
Okay.
I
Yeah.
coached high school wrestling for 10 years.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I went to Charlestown.
Hardest thing for you to learn in pro wrestling?
Oof, hardest thing for me to learn. I I don't really know, honestly. I mean,
It could be a move. It could be just.
probably a certain move that I tried to do and just couldn't do it. Like I've tried top rope moves and just couldn't get them right.
Yeah.
So I'd have to improvise on doing something else.
Do you have a favorite move that you do?
Not really. I mean, I don't normally keep it basic. I don't really stick with a move and try it out.
Any
I
moves
try new
that
things.
any moves that you've done, or any moves that you see in wrestling today that you just really don't care for, that you just dislike?
I mean, some of the same stuff that they do, like probably the figure four, they do that. The leg slap, really,
Like,
that
yeah,
I
yeah.
know gets used a lot.
How do you feel about chops? Chops have been used off a lot now.
I've been chopped quite a few times. I've been chopped by a lot of people. I've been chopped by Bobo Brazil Jr.
Oh, really?
Yes,
Hey,
I've
you
heard.
took some good chops in.
Yeah,
I've been chopped by him before.
I hear
I've
he may
been,
be about the hardest there is here in Indiana.
oh yeah. And if you don't do it right, he will let you know.
What do you love about the wrestling business?
Just putting on a good show for the fans and bringing fans in and putting seats.
Anything you dislike about the wrestling business?
Just people sometimes not selling on matches and trying to do their own thing when they are getting scared and trying to do it when they don't want to do it.
Yeah.
I've had that happen to me a couple times.
One thing you would change about the wrestling business if you could?
One thing I could change would be just getting more people to want to get into it and want to do it and want to come and watch.
When you got into pro wrestling, did you go to like a school to get trained or?
No, I had different people train me. I got trained by Bobo Brazil,
Okay.
Brittle Ben Baker, and all of them.
Okay.
They helped me train, and I trained with Isaiah from OVW. Trained with a couple of those guys. Did a couple of seminars. I did a Tommy Dreamer seminar, a Rhino seminar, and who was the other one? I did a Heidi Lovelace seminar, Tracy Smothers seminar.
What was your favorite seminar you've done?
Probably all of them. I mean, it was just a great learning experience for me. And
Tommy Dreamer would be good, and I've heard a bunch of good things about Tracy Smothers.
You know, we had another guy on. Gavin Alexander.
Yeah,
He was trained by Tracy Smothers.
yeah, I've done a couple shows with him.
Heard a bunch of people say a lot of good things about Tracy
We've
Smothers.
been to one seminar and the Rock and Roll Express,
Right.
and it was awesome. So
Yeah.
I couldn't imagine being able to go to some more like that, because I really enjoyed going. I mean,
Right.
we're not even wrestlers, but we do commentary and stuff, and we got a chance to go to that seminar, and then Morton and Gibson were awesome.
Yeah.
I don't know if I've ever done one of their seminars or not. I probably have, but I can't remember it.
Yeah, if you haven't, you get a chance to. I'd highly recommend it. They got in the ring, and I mean, they were showing a lot of good stuff about working the crowd and just,
a lot of simple stuff.
Yeah, a lot of simple stuff, but stuff
stuff.
that gets you over.
Yeah. And not only did they showed it to us in the seminar, and then they wrestled a match that night, and it worked like to a T.
Yeah, done exactly what they were showed us in the seminar is what they done in their match.
Yeah. Marcus just said Heidi Lovelace is Ruby Soho. I messed up on that one.
Well, that's what she was, but one.
One time.
Then Travis Pittman says, Austin Kasey, you suck. So I'm assuming that's somebody you know.
Yeah, he's one of the 5-star guys.
Oh, okay.
I've known him. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Yeah, he started back in Charlestown with me. That's where I know Travis from. So that's where I met him from.
Any wrestlers, any people you would like to work with that you haven't had the opportunity to yet?
Brutal Ben Baker would probably be one of them. I know he does a lot of hardcore, but I would like to work a match with him. Mickey Midas, AEW guy. I would like to work a match with him.
We've seen Mickey Midas. He's good.
Really good.
Yeah. He had a decent match on AEW a few months back. I watched it, and
we actually seen him in Jeffersonville at the arena.
Yes.
Yeah, he'll be there at the show too.
Yep. Any promotions you would like to work for that you haven't had the opportunity to yet?
I mean, I would like to work for do like an AEW Dark show, but I know I'll probably need to build myself up a little more to get that opportunity, but probably do then.
Have you worked any? I know you do 5-star, and we'll talk about that because you guys have that big show coming up. Definitely. But have you? What other promotions like here in Indiana or other states have you worked at?
I've worked at a couple companies in Salem. I've worked for MCIW, which is Bobo Brazil's company, Lifeline, and JICW, which is in Martinsville, Indiana.
We're going to try to get there here this year and do commentary and live stream on their shows.
Maybe in the next couple months, hopefully.
And I did a Strictly Insane Pro, which is in Crossville, Illinois. And then I wrestled up in Toledo, Ohio. I can't remember the name of that company.
Not to get you in any trouble, but do you have a favorite promotion or a favorite crowd you've been in front of?
I liked all the promotions that I've been to. I mean, they were just all good people and willing to help me out if I didn't know something or messed up on something. They were just willing to help me out and kind of build my career back up.
Well, that's good. Yeah, you haven't had any bad experiences with promotions or anything? That's great.
Have you got a chance to wrestle like any names, like guys that have been at some of the bigger companies?
I have not.
Have you got to work some shows with some of those guys?
I have. I actually worked a show with Brian Christopher there at MCIW. He was there.
That'd been awesome. He was almost at one of the shows. I don't know about 15 years ago, maybe a little longer. We used to help put on some shows here in Muncie where we live. We had Scotty Too Hottie, and Christopher was maybe going to come, but he was having some issues back then. At that time, unfortunately, didn't get to come. But
right,
Yeah, I'd been cool to meet him. We got to meet Jerry the King Lawler, but it'd been cool to meet Brian Christopher.
Yeah. I've met Jerry before.
Oh, you have?
hmm
Any other guys that you've been on shows with?
Not other than Tracy Smothers, Tommy Dreamer, and Rhino and all them.
Favorite match that you've had?
Favorite match that I've had probably was when I worked a 5-star show in Jeffersonville, and I got to put a dress on somebody.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You want to say the opponent's name?
His name was Chameleon.
Chameleon, okay.
Yep.
Favorite opponent?
Ooh, favorite opponent would probably be Big Country, Travis Pittman.
Okay.
Because we had a
okay. So I know who Travis Pittman is. As soon as you said Big Country,
yeah.
He was at a show. It was for Bubba Markham.
Yep, I was there.
Okay, you was there. Okay,
I was at that show.
Yeah, we were there.
We actually was there and done commentary and
yep.
we didn't get the live stream because we didn't have internet.
Right.
Was you in the Battle Royal?
I was.
Okay.
Yep.
I was one of the many that got thrown in the lake.
Do you have a favorite pro wrestler?
Not off the top of my head, I don't. I watch them all and try to learn from them.
Do you have one maybe from your childhood?
My childhood would probably be Eddie Guerrero and Ray.
We get a lot of Eddie Guerreros, man. Most people say Eddie Guerrero.
Yeah, we get a lot of people that's their guy is Eddie Guerrero.
Yep.
Yeah.
If you had the opportunity, somebody came to you, hey, we're gonna put you on a show, AEW, WWE, whatever. Who's your opponent? You get to pick your opponent, dead or alive. Who would your opponent be?
Big country talking crap.
Yeah, I'll explain that here in a little bit.
All right.
If anybody in AEW, it'd probably be, I think it'd be a good match between, I don't know, Mickey or probably one of their guys, one of their top guys like that.
Okay.
John Moxley or somebody. Of course, I know I'd probably get killed if I faced John Moxley, but you know.
Well, one thing for sure, John Moxley probably would bleed.
Oh, yeah.
Probably.
We actually got to see Moxley wrestle
a couple times
in independent before he ever went to WWE or anything.
Right.
And, that dude's crazy. Hell, him and I forget who he wrestled that night, but they went out. They went out in the road.
I think it was Rock.
Yeah,
I think it was Billy Rock.
I think it was Rock, and they went out in the street in Indianapolis. Cars going down the street, and they're out there fighting. And the whole crowd followed them outside, and then we all just followed them right back in.
Yeah,
it was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Best decision you've made in your wrestling career, and to go along with that, also the worst decision you made in your wrestling career.
Best decision to make was probably when I became champion. And worst decision was when I hung it up for a year, because I did stop for a year.
Can I ask you why?
It was for a good reason. I kind of had to kind of clear my head a little bit.
Yeah, I understand. I mean, that can happen to the best of us, you know.
Yeah.
No matter what you're doing.
Right.
Yeah. Best piece of advice you've been given by maybe a promoter or a professional wrestler, and if you can think of something, what was it?
Just stick with it and try your best and learn what you can, and just go out there and give the crowd what they want.
Now, this one's going to be a tough one. It's been tough for everybody else. And this is yours. Mount Rushmore of wrestlers. Four people. You're guys. I mean, you don't have to be what everybody else gives. Just who and a lot of that's generational. Because I mean, I'm almost 60 years old, so mine's going to probably be a lot different than yours. Chris is 40. Could be different because of age.
Right. Oof. That is a tough question. I will give you that. That is a tough question.
I've stumped a few people with that.
That is a tough question. I would probably say Eddie, Ray, probably Taker, and I don't know who the fourth one would be. Probably The Rock.
That's a good four. I mean, you got
and that's guys we get a lot, especially Eddie, Taker,
The Rock.
Yep.
Don't get Ray a lot, but we get a lot of people mention Ray. But you know,
Right.
which Ray, I think Ray's awesome.
yeah, you can't. Yeah, I mean, what Ray did
As long as he's been doing it and still at the level he does it now,
Right.
is amazing.
And as a small wrestler, what he got accomplished, you know,
Because he was one of the first smaller guys to win the world title,
especially in WWE.
And yeah, that's what I mean in WWE.
Especially. Do you have any hobbies?
My hobbies are mostly just wrestling, and when I'm not wrestling, I work on music too. So
Okay.
What kind of music you like?
mostly country.
Country.
Mhm.
Do you have a favorite food you like to eat?
I like any food,
Any food?
any and all food.
See, me and Chris, we're barbecue guys. We're
I like barbecue.
Barbecue and Mexican.
Yep.
You can't go wrong with Mexican food, especially
You can't.
tacos.
Nope.
When you're working for different promotions, how much say do you have in the matches that you're in? I mean, as far as I'm not talking about winning and losing. Of course, I know the promotions probably, hey, you know, this is what we got planned. But as far as what moves you do, that kind of stuff.
We normally just talk about the beginning, middle, and end, and the back, and then just kind of walk and talk the rest.
Really?
So we kind of just go with the flow, really.
This is a double-edged question. The toughest match you've been in, and what I mean by that is, it could have been physically, it could have been a match. It was just tough physically. It could have been a match just where things didn't go right, or it could have been, you know, that type of thing. And then also the easiest match you've been in, like where just everything, I mean, just everything just clicked. Everything was perfect.
The toughest match I've been in was probably a match that I worked for Lifeline there in Sellersburg. It was me and a guy named G.W.R versus Big Country and this guy named Butterball. And this is to what Country was saying on the comment. He the guy that tagged with Country has never been in the ring, nothing, never been trained or anything. So I kind of went with it, and I was like, all right, let's go with it. And I go to Irish whip him, and he looks right at me. And at that point, I was done with the match. I told him to tag Country in, and I didn't do anything to Country. I just told Country to take it home. I was done at that point. I was frustrated. The match wasn't going the way Country wanted it or I wanted it. And so Country's finisher is actually the full Nelson. And I'm a small guy, only weigh 135 pounds. And Country goes to give me the finisher, and I literally fold to where my knees are back behind my ears.
Oh,
yeah.
He did about kill you then.
Yeah. He got worried.
You're basically about the same size as me.
Yeah, he got worried because I wasn't moving. So
what I mean, was you hurt or did?
No.
Well, that's good.
I wasn't hurt. He thought I was.
What about the easiest match where things just went perfect?
The easiest match would probably be one of my title defenses where everything just went smooth and we knew what we were going to do and everything.
You got a fan there?
Couple of them.
Yep. We appreciate everybody joining us. Hi, Kelly. Hi, Brianna.
Yep. Hi, everybody out there. Any style of match that you would like to work that you haven't worked yet?
Probably, I mean, like a no DQ match or something like that. Haven't got to do one of those before, so something in that nature of matches.
Have you done any like hardcore matches?
I have not.
What's been the favorite, probably your favorite show you've been on?
I mean, I've liked all shows, but probably my shows because I help run them and everything. And
Is that a 5-star?
yes,
Oh, okay.
that is 5-star.
I know you guys have a big show coming up Saturday. You want to talk a little bit about it?
Yeah, March 4th, we've got a show for we're doing a benefit show for one of my coworkers at work, where I work. He on Christmas Eve he got injured at our work, so they've been kind of struggling with that. So we're putting on a benefit show for them.
I understand that completely because I've been injured and been off work for a while, so
for quite a while.
So I understand that completely, and that's awesome that you're doing something to try to help them out.
Yeah, that's great. What time is the doors open for the show? Where's the show at? What time does the doors open and bell time?
Doors open at 6 o'clock, bell time at 7, and it is at the Jeffersonville Arena, 1416 Spring Street.
And that is Saturday,
March 4th.
Saturday, March 4th. So
5-star championship wrestling.
Yep.
How much are tickets?
Tickets are $10 at the door.
And that's for any ticket?
That's for any ticket, $8 in advance.
Oh, that's awesome.
How can people get tickets in advance?
They can either message me or they can message Jesse Watson, and we'll get them squared away.
That's
and
awesome.
I will say on that night I will be defending my United States title.
Do you know who your opponent is yet?
I do. It is Rough Rider Roy.
Okay. And want to give us, if you can, if you're able to, can you give us maybe a couple other matches that the fans can look forward to?
Another match is there's a doorway match where it is Jesse Watson versus Big Country with doors. There is Bertle Ben Baker in a Falls Count Anywhere match. And there's going to be, I don't know all the matches right now. That's a couple of them.
And for fans that haven't been to the arena in Jeffersonville,
cool
I recommend to go there. It's a cool place to go watch a wrestling show. We had the opportunity to go there. I can't remember exactly when, about a year ago. You said you was at that show. So it was awesome. We got to meet Luke Gallo.
Luke Gallows.
Yep, I was at that show.
Yep, we got to meet Luke Gallo. It was awesome. We actually got to go to Hooters and sit with Luke Gallows because of the
Luke Gallows was at that show. Ace Austin was at that show.
Ace Austin, Mickey Midas.
Mickey. I was.
That was a really.
I actually wrestled that show.
Jordan James was there, and then
yep.
You know, I'm sure you because he was on that show too. The ladies' man Mike King. Yep. He was the one. Actually. That's how we got to go out to eat with Luke Gallows. Yep.
Mike King was there.
He's the guy that gave us our first opportunity to do commentary and go to different we got to go to his promotion, live stream it, and then he liked what we did, and he helped us get other places. Now we do 5-6 shows a month.
Last year we did about 34. I'll say this year we're going to probably do close to 50. That'd be my guess.
We done like 34 last year.
We're having a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. All you fans out there, man, go check out these pro wrestling shows, all the independent shows. I really haven't been to a bad one. It's cheap entertainment. It's good entertainment. Most of them.
You're not going to get better entertainment for
$8
to $10,
$8 to $10, $12, or even if it's some places that charge $15 for a front row. I mean, you really can't get better entertainment, and I guarantee your kids will have a blast. And I'd be really surprised if you're disappointed because and there's a lot of great promotions here in Indiana. I know we went to one in Cincinnati that was really good and got to live stream. So Yeah, go out there and support Indiana independent wrestling. Well, any independent wrestling, go out there and support it. I know we've got listeners from other places. You know, if you got independent, I really think if you give it a try, you'll really enjoy it. I know you say, well, it ain't this. They're not as good as the people on TV. I'll tell you what. Sometimes they are as good as the people on TV.
Sometimes better.
And the experience being so close is just another level. So it's hopefully people will go out there and check it out.
And another thing, the guys you see on TV. Most of them wrestled in independent promotions before they got on TV.
That's where a lot of them got started.
And I've seen people in the last year and a half since we've been doing this. I've seen guys and women at these independent shows that are just as good or better than what you see on TV.
Right.
And Big Country says he has tickets as well.
Yeah.
And then he also said, just a teaser for the door match. All doors must be used to be a pinfall. 20 doors. Okay.
Travis,
there's
actually 22 doors. 22.
And then Mark is fine with the comment.
Oh, yeah. Plowboy versus Mickey Midas.
Winner takes on Levi motionless.
Yes.
How long has a 5-star championship wrestling been putting on shows?
We started back in 2016, 2018, I believe. So we did it for a little bit, and then we kind of died off a little bit because we were working other shows. So it was hard to get our shows running and keep our shows running and get booked on other shows. So we kind of put it to the side a little bit, and then we started back up in November last year.
Do you do all your shows there at the arena?
For right now we are, and then till we find a set building, we do them there at the arena, and then we try to do it at Salem at the fairgrounds there in Salem, Indiana. The majority of our shows will be there at the arena.
You guys do is this your guys' first show that's a fundraiser, or do you guys try to do?
Yes, this is the first fundraiser show of this year.
Yeah, fans go support them.
Especially, anytime go support them. Especially being a fundraiser.
It's for a great cause. So
yeah, most definitely. They say that. Well, I was out for a second. Said there's shows in Salem. How far is Salem from here?
I'm not sure. I'd have to look it up.
I don't think it's that far. I don't think.
I know Jeffersonville is about 3 hours from us.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm not sure about Salem. I'd have to look it up. I don't know off the top of my head. We're in Muncie, Indiana.
So yeah, I think that's actually might be an hour and a half, maybe something like that. I think there's actually a show coming up soon in Muncie, I think.
Yeah, there's
I forget what promotion it was.
Well, there's several. There's a couple promotions. There's one coming up
March 11th.
March 11th.
That's probably one he's talking about.
Probably thinking about.
Yeah, the March 11th one.
Yeah, because you know some of those. You probably know some of those guys.
Bobo usually is at that show.
Yeah, he does that show.
You probably know a couple guys that I used to coach in high school wrestling that wrestles at the Bobo show and that show.
Yes.
Dalton Love.
Yep.
And Luke Savage.
Yep.
I don't know Luke.
Okay.
They both wrestle there at that show, at that promotion that's going to be in Muncie.
Yep.
Well, IPW. I'll go ahead and say it.
Yeah.
But yeah, they wrestle there, and then also in Muncie coming up, you have DCCW on March 24th. They're doing a Hall of Fame, and 25th they have a big show, and that's the Ladies Man Mike King and Terry Coons promotion.
That's where we got our start, and they've got a bunch of big shows coming up in the next couple months.
Oh yeah, they got one in April that Kurt Angle is going to be at. It's going to be in Portland, Indiana. They do kind of what you're doing too. They do a lot of fundraiser shows. Like the one in April is actually a fundraiser for the Jay County High School wrestling team.
Oh, cool.
And then they do one here in Muncie for the Muncie Central High School. That's all proceeds go to the Muncie Central wrestling team.
Yep.
They
Cool.
do that. They've been doing that for 3-4 years now. That's every year show they do.
They did a little fundraiser for,
and they done a
little
fundraiser
boy.
for a little boy that was having a lot of health issues and having a bunch of surgeries. So that's why I say it's cool that you're doing a fundraiser to help somebody out that needs it, because that's something we don't get. Excuse me, that's something we don't get enough in the world these days, because there's so much hate, and we need to come together and help each other out and make everything a lot better.
We do, yeah. I like doing, even if I'm not doing a benefit show for somebody, I like being on shows to help people.
Yep.
And I'll even pitch in to help. Like I'll throw in some money, or if I get paid at that show, I'll tell them, no, give my pay to them.
Marcus said Kelly and Marcus will be there. They says our spots are already reserved.
Yep, they will be there.
He said Big Country says Salem's about 2 hours.
Okay. Hey Marcus, this is off topic, but Marcus, I'm on my road to WrestleMania. Turned on my 24/7 channel. I've watched WrestleMania 10, 11, and I'm on 12 now. They started at 10. That's where it started at today. So I'm on my road to WrestleMania. I'm a huge wrestling fan.
WrestleMania is like, to him, is like Super Bowl is to everybody else.
Yeah,
right.
I'm just a huge wrestling fan. I watch everything. Impact, NWA, the Independent. I watch everything. I've just been a huge wrestling fan since I can remember, 6-7 years old. I got to see probably guys you don't know. Well, you probably heard of Dick the Bruiser, of course, and Crusher.
Yep, I've done shows with Dick the Bruiser, and actually a couple of them, Bobo Brazil would bring him in.
Really? But yeah, it's wrestling's my thing. So well, hopefully you guys have a big success coming up on March 4th.
Yeah, I hope so.
I lost it. I lost it.
And you said people could get a hold of you probably through Facebook?
Yep, through Facebook.
Tickets, okay. Well,
hopefully. Travis Pittman said he had
tickets. Said he's got some, and
it says
Jesse Watson
in advance. So that's a heck of a price.
You can't beat a wrestling show for $8.
No, that's a heck of a price, and even at the door, $10, man. And that's for any seat, guys. So hey, definitely go out and support this show. It's for a good cause.
Portion of the proceeds are going to the family as well.
Yep,
going to them. They will be in attendance as well. So
cool.
They will be there. We've already got their seats reserved.
Well, I don't know if the show's anything like the one we seen, anything close to it. We seen a fabulous show there at the arena. Yeah, the one for Bubba Markham. It was outstanding. So I'm sure you guys are going to be right up there with that. So hope the fans turn out for you guys.
I hope so.
Do you guys have another show, your next show planned for?
We do. It'll be April 8th.
April 8th.
Yes.
We're already booked that day. I was going to say maybe we could try to come to one of your guys' shows.
That's the Kurt Angle one.
Oh yeah,
April 8th and May 4th.
You don't know yet, but we can't do May 4th either. We're booked on May 4th. But let me know when you have other shows, and if we're available, we'd definitely like to come, and like I said, we live stream them on like 8 different channels.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And then we also now have the sports network I'm with, ASAP Sports. We have a app for Android users. You can go to Google Play Store. You can get our app in the wrestling. All of our shows will be on there. It's also, you can also get on Amazon and a Roku channel. And then we're getting ready to have a Apple app for the iPhones and stuff as well, that all of our shows will be on. You can just go to that app and be able to watch them on demand anytime.
All right.
But yeah, we're big wrestling fans, and we like trying to go to different promotions. We got like 4 or 5 promotions that we go to regularly, and then when we don't have them shows for them, we try to get to other places. For one, meet new wrestlers,
new fans.
I mean, that's how we met Marcus and Kelly. Yep. Now we go out to eat with them before shows, and
yep.
I mean we made a lot of friends just by going to a bunch of different wrestling shows.
Yeah.
Have you? Well, you said you wrestled in Toledo. Have you ever wrestled in out of state, any other places? Oh, in Illinois.
Yep.
That's about the farthest I've gone is Illinois and Ohio.
That's about it.
Was anything else you'd like to talk about before we get out of here?
Anything you want to plug or anything?
Definitely plug the show again. Saturday, March 4th. You said doors open at 6.
Doors open at 6. The show is on March 4th, next Saturday. Doors open at 6. Bell time's at 7. It's for a good cause, and they actually allowed me to explain what happened. I talked to the family, and they were okay with me explaining it. So basically what happened it was on Christmas Eve night, and him and another guy we have a baler in our back area where we put cardboard and stuff in, and we have a metal rod that we use, and the guy that was helping him didn't see the guy that we're doing Jesse's Inc., the guy that we're doing the benefit show for. The guy that was helping him didn't see Jesse behind the baler, and the metal rod went through his orbital socket, through his skull into his brain.
Oh man.
Yeah.
We have a baler.
How's he doing now?
He's doing good. He's on the road to recovery. He's doing good.
We have a baler where I work at, so
I've been talking to him a little bit and kind of seeing how he's doing, and he's doing good, and they're going to be at the show this weekend, and so
we'll all say prayers for him and his family, and hopefully everything will work out for the best. I mean, I know that's been a little bit of ways, but since it happened, but probably not enough. Hopefully he's healing up good, and hopefully everybody can send out prayers and help him some more.
What they're going through his brain, did it cause any brain damage?
Not that I know of. I know
that's awesome.
I know that they said that when they took the metal rod out, pieces of his brain came with it. So
that's
crazy. It's just it's amazing he's still alive.
Right.
And that you don't have a lot of permanent damage.
Right. Yeah. Because they said if it would have went through his eye, it would have probably ended up killing him.
Oh yeah.
That's what I heard.
Marcus Fine said no Kentucky.
Don't have my Kentucky license.
Yeah.
That's the thing about and Big Country. It's funny you said that because we Monday when we had Marcus on, he had mentioned you about me getting about coming on the show, and I actually had your name wrote down to get with you. So I'll send you a message, and we'll definitely get something set up. Marcus said, "I second that." Yep. Yeah, because he was naming off some people on Monday. Remember that?
Yep. Yeah, I do remember that.
And I wrote the name down.
Chris was that brutal Ben Baker. Was he at that show we was at?
He might have been. I can't remember for 100%.
The name sounds real familiar. So
Austin might know that show that for Bubba that Luke Gallows was at. Was that brutal Ben Baker there?
I feel like he was, but
his name sounds really familiar.
I think he was, but I'm not 100% sure who all was there.
That show, we got to see some guys that we hadn't seen before. You was there, and then we hadn't seen Mickey Midas before. But I think that was the first time we saw Big Country.
One of my favorite matches of the year. I hadn't seen Ripley.
Oh yeah, and Ripley and Blackheart in a dog collar match. That was one of his favorite matches last year that we saw.
Yeah, I'm a big.
He loves dog collar matches.
Yes.
Yeah, I will say on May 4th, I'm in a bull rope match.
He said that he wasn't there.
Okay.
Yeah, Big Country said that he wasn't at that show, but his name sounds familiar. I think we might have seen him before.
Somewhere. You may have seen him somewhere.
But see, we used to go to independent shows a bunch like 20 years ago.
Yep.
And then, of course, I have a son. He's 22 now, but he was in hot wrestling, amateur wrestling. So we kind of didn't get to go to as many independent shows. But then
Right.
here now, the last couple of years, we've been, like he said, we've been to probably 40 or 50 shows.
Yeah.
I'm glad we got back into going to them because we've had a blast going to all these, going to different promotions. And just if you're a wrestling fan, or even if you're not a wrestling fan, if you're just looking for something to do on the weekend, there's so many promotions. There's about every weekend you can go watch a wrestling show.
Right. That's what we tell people. If you are a wrestling fan, come. Even if you're not, and you're bored and have nothing else to do,
You're going to have a good time.
come watch one of these shows. Yeah, you will have a good time.
A lot cheaper than the movies, and I'd rather go to a wrestling show any day of the week.
Oh yeah, I agree.
I've had fans come up to me and say they've never been to a wrestling show, never watched it and anything, and they came to it and they said they love it and they'll be back next show.
What's been maybe like the biggest crowd that you've been in front of?
Probably there when I used to wrestle in Crossville, there was probably about probably close to 200 people maybe.
That's pretty decent crowd.
It's not bad.
Yeah.
You got anything else?
Nope, I'm good to go.
Was there anything else you wanted to talk about? I'm glad you explained what happened because man, that's crazy. I was even thinking about it.
I don't want to think about it because
you work around.
I work a Baylor with a Baylor every night, so
right. Yeah.
I don't really think about it.
I used to work with. I used to use that Baylor almost every night as well. I don't know more, but used to. And I know how dangerous it can be.
Yeah.
They can, yes. I haven't experienced haven't heard anything like that, but I've heard people getting their arms broke on it or something like that, using it wrong.
Yeah, that's probably the worst I've heard of. But you gotta be careful around that.
Yeah, you do. And that's what. Yeah,
go support 5-Star Championship Wrestling March 4th, 6 o'clock doors open, 7 o'clock bell time.
Yep. And like I said, I will be defending my United States title as well.
Cool.
Which I have right here next to me.
Said United States title?
Yes.
That's awesome.
I have it right here.
That's a cool looking belt.
Yeah, it is a cool looking belt. Yeah, everybody go out there and support this show, and let's help this young man out.
Who's your guys' world champion?
Right now we currently, I can't even remember. Gotten hit in the head so many times the last few shows, I can't remember.
You just get prepared when you get old like me. I can't remember anything either.
I have that problem now, and I'm not even 28 years old yet.
Country says him.
He's not important, so he's not a champion anyway.
That's why you didn't remember, huh?
Yeah.
He also said, see you next weekend. And then.
Oh, my friend just messaged me on Facebook and said there was damage to the brain.
Okay.
She just said, well, hopefully it wasn't too much, and hopefully he can recover and get back as close to normal as he can.
Yeah, to the frontal lobe.
Yeah,
that's so sad to hear.
It is. Yeah,
definitely out to him and his family, and
yeah, because
best wishes.
I'm telling you, just thinking about it gives you chills.
Oh yeah.
She told me right after that happened, after they were in the hospital and everything, their apartment flooded as well.
Oh man.
So they've been
one thing after another.
Just right.
Well, I hope you guys get a big crowd. And
I hope we do too.
We'll raise some money to help them because, I mean, like I said, that's just a sad situation.
Yeah.
Marcus Fine says that you guys need to get a photo together.
Will do, Marcus. On March 4th, we can get that. We can get that going.
He said, I'm the champion. You don't know anything.
I probably know more than you. Love you, country.
Well, all right. Do you have any merch or anything like that you want to plug, or 5-Star Championship Wrestling? You guys have a Facebook page or a website?
We do. We have it's called 5-Star Championship Wrestling fan page. They can watch videos there, and I have a couple of videos on YouTube, and I have a couple of pictures at the show for sale. Don't have t-shirts. I need to get t-shirts.
You said 5-star championship fan page.
Yes.
And then also, do you have a flyer for the show?
I don't have one printed, but I have one on my phone.
Well, I was gonna say if you have one in your phone, send it to me.
I will.
And I'll put it on all of our pages, and I'll help promote it for you.
And again, all you guys out there that do wrestling shows, even though if we don't come to your show, we're about independent wrestling. You get a hold of our Facebook page, and Chris we'll promote the heck out of you guys' show. We want independent wrestling to thrive and do well, especially fundraiser shows, especially, but any show.
Yeah, you send a flyer to Gonzo's Sports Room Facebook, or Chris D. Gonzalez on Facebook, and we'll promote it.
Or if you want to come on the show,
if you want to come on the show and I haven't contacted you, it's not because we don't want you on the show. It's just
we may not know you.
We might not have seen you, or it's just, I ain't gonna lie. I do about 5 shows a day. I do sports shows too. We do a sports betting show. We do just like a regular sports talk show. I do like 5 live shows a day. So sometimes I just get busy, and I like I said, I make a list of people to get a hold of, and when I have time, I try to get a hold of you. But yeah, if you want to be on the show to promote a show or just talk, get a hold of us.
Yeah, the more interviews, the better. The more shows we can help out, the better, as far as we're concerned.
Marcus said he sent it to me. So
okay.
So yeah, after we get done, I'll put it on our Gonzo Sports Room page, and I'll put it on the ASAP Sports page. Try to get it out there as much as I can for you.
Yep. Alrighty, cool.
And like I said, let me know. I know your next couple shows we're already booked, but if you'd like to have us at one of your shows, just get a hold of me and let me know a date, and if we can, we'll get a date that works, and we'd love to come check it out.
Alrighty, will do.
I know at the arena they don't have internet, so if it's there, but what we do, we record it, and then like the next day I air it live on all of our channels, so people can watch it. So, I think I do got one thing before we get out. Check out the ASAP Sports mobile app. Like I said, you can get it on at the Google Play Store. ASAP Network is what it's under. You click on it, you just download it on your phone like any other app, and you just click on it, you can get all the shows. Also, please hit the subscribe button on YouTube at Gonzo's Sports Room. We'd greatly appreciate it. If you're a wrestling fan, go check out that YouTube page. Like Dad had said earlier, we done like 30. I think we have 43 full wrestling shows on our YouTube page, all independent shows. Got shows that with Rikishi on it,
Carlito,
Epico, and Primo,
Boogeyman.
Yep, Mick Foley.
Foley was
so
we got a lot of,
and then a lot of great independent talent. Mickey Midas, Jordan James. Rachel Armstrong. I mean, we got highlight reel. So I mean, there's
many.
And then we've interviewed. I think we're getting close to over 50 independent wrestlers, and you can find all them interviews on our YouTube page as well. So please hit that subscribe button on YouTube at Gonzo Sports Room, and follow us on Facebook, Twitch, Twitter, Instagram at Gonzo Sports Room. That's where I post all the information about shows we're going to be at, or upcoming interviews. And then also follow All Sports All Plays ASAP Sports Network as well.
Our tagline is that we're the voice of Indiana independent wrestling. That's what we strive to be. That's what we want to be. So Gonzo's Wrestling Room, along with the Gonzo Sports Room, which is our sports stuff. So that's what we want to be. So you wrestlers out there, hey, get a hold of Chris. Let's get on the show. Let's get more shows, wrestling shows, and let's promote shows. Let's make Indiana independent wrestling the best independent.
I think for March we're going to be live streaming five different independent shows, and in April I think we're at 6.
I think so. Yeah, we're
independent shows. So I mean, next few months we're going to be at shows almost every weekend. But that's what we like. If we can be at a show, sometimes we do Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. We try to go to as many shows as we can. Like we said, we love wrestling. We love wrestling. We're trying to support independent wrestling and help it grow. We want to see all the promotions have more fans. I mean, we've been to some shows. It's like, man, there should be more people here watching this. This is too good for there to only be 100, 150 people here. There should be 400 or 500 people here.
Yeah.
And I hope, like I said, I hope you guys get a big crowd next Saturday.
I hope we do too.
Pack the house.
But we appreciate you coming on. If you ever want to come on again, like before your next show and promote it, you're more than welcome to. Just hit me up, and we'll get something set up.
All right, sounds good. Appreciate y'all having me.
No problem. Everybody have a good night out there.
All right, you too.
Yeah, thanks for joining us. Please hit that subscribe button on YouTube. We will see you guys this weekend. We'll be at a wrestling show on Sunday, Warrior Pro Wrestling in Danville, Indiana.
A great show.
It should be a great show. So we'll be live streaming it starts at 3.
Yep. 2. Yeah.
Because they start earlier.
Yeah, start at
2.
3.
Doors open at 2. Bell time's at 3. You can watch it live on YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch at Gonzo'S Sports Room, and on YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch at the All Sports All Plays Network. We don't have no more interviews this week. We do have 2 interviews scheduled for next week. We have Justin Danger on Wednesday and Nick Diamond on Thursday. So
When is the other one? I thought we had one. Damian Michael Cole.
oh yeah, on Tuesday. On
Yeah,
Tuesday.
3.
So we have 3 interviews next
three.
week. I forgot we had to reschedule Damian Michael Cole. So 3 interviews next week. We appreciate everybody watching. We'll see you guys next time. If you're a sports fan, we'll be live tonight, 11 p.m. Eastern with Gonzo'S Sports Room, covering all things in NBA, NFL, Major League Baseball. So come join us for that if you're a sports fan. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you guys next time. Hope everybody has a great night.